Let's do the press conference for round 4 of the Michelin Le Mans Cup to 2018 here in Austria. It's actually the 5th race, but it is round 4. So, bit of a déjà vu. I said this in Monza after that race, and we've got these guys back here again after Le Mans. It's back to normal here in Austria. So in LMP3, the number 3 DKR engineer in Norman Nissan, Jens Pettersson and Leonard Hugenboom. Guys, congratulations. Jens, we'll start with you. A fantastic race from, I think you will admit, from where you were. I bet your heart was in your mouth for most of that second half. But we'll talk about your start in the car. You started second on the grid. We had to start behind the safety car. How difficult was that start? Was that those conditions right at the start?
Well, it was quite difficult because I had no possibility to drive in the rain since we are here. And before the race we had to decide whether we would go for a dry setup or wet setup or a mixture. Yeah, we gambled a bit and said we go for a fully dry setup. So I was cautious at the start, and I simply wanted to bring the car home because we are leading in the championship, and it was important to make no mistakes.
As I say, you weren't going backwards, but you were obviously, the silver drivers were coming through, and you were, as you said, you were being cautious. Was that always the plan, to get the car home so you could get Leonard in the car and get him out there?
I was looking who did overtake me, and when Andrea and Schiller passed me, I was not worried at all. And when the 79 got through, I tried to keep up a little bit with him, but then another car passed me, and I decided just to go my rhythm, because under these conditions it's quite easy to make a mistake, and the car was sliding a lot actually. And I knew that when I bring the car back home in one piece and he's on a fully dry setup, that we have good chances, to finish on the podium, let's say.
Yeah. And then you had the hard part, which is actually watching him race out there. How difficult is that as a driver, watching your teammate in those conditions, in that sort of environment? It must have been really difficult.
Yeah, first of all, it's a great pleasure to see, because he did really, really well. Honestly, the last 2 laps I was not that convinced that he could overtake Colin Noble, but actually he did, and it was fantastic. It was really good racing, and it was good to see.
Leonard, you took over the car. I must ask you about the pit stop, because obviously you, I think it was 7th, you came out in 4th, and I think it helped these guys as well with the 4-course yellow. Was that the situation? You came out, I think, in 4th place rather than you were in the challenging from the beginning to get back towards the front of the grid after the pit stop?
After the stop I go out the pits, and then it was directly the Focus Yellow for, I think, 1.5 or 2 laps. And then we had also the slicks and also cold tires. It was a little bit tricky like always. But after that, the push directly, and then it was good. And then after a couple of laps, it was safety car again. Focus Yellow again, sorry. And then was nobody in front of me, and then after that I can push for the rest of the whole race.
The car seemed to be really good underneath you. The car seemed to be on the pace. You seemed to catch Colin, but Colin was keeping his position. From where we were sitting, it was a fantastic battle. Obviously, was it frustrating for you because you had the faster car to try and get past?
Yeah, I was a lot of laps following me, and I was every lap a little bit faster, and then on that we passed him, and that was really good.
And we have to talk about that last lap. Obviously, Giacomo let you through, which was very good of him, being the professional driver that he is, that lead us through. But as you went from turn 2, we'll call it turn 2, turn 3, you seemed to get the better run. So what happened as you went down to turn 3 from your position?
From my position, I was in corner 2. He was inside, and I was outside, and then I had a bad exit, and then I could overtake him on the straight. That was good.
Yeah. So was there any damage to the car? Because obviously you only had a few corners to go, but was there any problems with the car after the incident?
Maybe a little bit. I really don't look to it.
You check a flag. Yeah. So that's your 3rd win of the season. That gets you back on track after Le Mans. Obviously Le Mans wasn't the best for you guys, but you know, you're back on track now with 3 wins from 5 races. That's good for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's really the start was good, and now it's also really good how are we going now.
And obviously we've got Spa next, which is going to be your sort of your home track, if you like, because obviously
more or
across
less.
the border. Yeah,
Close to my own. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Congratulations on another victory and a fantastic race today. Thank you very much. And our GT3 winners, the number 8 Kessel Racing Ferrari F488 GT3, Sergio Pinazzola and Giacomo Piccini. Guys, congratulations. That was a hard race. That really was a hard race. You had a lot of... Krypton Motorsport came here for the first time and sort of took the race to you guys. And you obviously had the other Ferraris to come in. Sergio, you started in those tricky conditions. Talk us through that first part. And obviously you then had the drive-through from Le Mans, which obviously didn't help your situation either.
It has been something incredible, you know. I've never raced in rainy conditions. So it was my very first time. I was quite worried after the few laps behind the safety car, because, you know, I realized that that there was no view at all, and I was expecting that some guys, especially from the LMP3 cars, were not as fast as we could be. But my goal was to try to overtake as many cars as possible before the drive-through. And to be honest, it has been very exciting. And as soon as possible, I did the drive-through. Was something that made me free, because I wanted to have a clear view in front of me. And then I started to push as more as I could. And we knew that we were quite consistent as a race pass. So we were not expecting the Mercedes, to be honest. That car is so fast. So in the T1, they have almost 10 Ks of top speed more than us. So even Giacomo, when he was trying to defend the position, it was impossible for us to fight with that car. But anyway, they are out of the championship, so we are thinking to our own race. So second place could have been okay for us. We have been a little bit lucky, but that's okay. It's nice to be here again.
As a rally driver, didn't you enjoy those conditions? Didn't you sort of try and put the Ferrari into a split sidewalk through some of the corners?
To be honest, I was thinking about this in the second part of the stint, when the circuit got dry, and especially in the turns in downhill. You know, turn I think turn 6 and 7. It was quite fun driving sideways with this car, because the tires were overheated. Yeah. I was trying to push as more as I could to catch the car in front of me. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we tried to make you feel at home, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Giacomo, you took over the car. You came out in the lead, which I think we were surprised. Were you surprised when you found that you were actually in the lead of the class when you came out the pits?
Actually, I was not on the lead. I mean, Marco was in front of me, but we were all surprised to get the Focus yellow right after the pit. And then Marco was right in front of me. He was a little bit late going on power after the restart. And then I managed to go through a prototype and through him at turn 4, and I could pass him from the outside. So it was, we were a bit lucky. We were very fast on the radio for sure. My engineer helped a lot to say green. And we could pass first, and I was quite surprised, because actually with the drive-through it means that Sergio did an amazing stint, recovering all what he lost, being conscious at the beginning, and then with amazing lap time for all the stint. Honestly, on the dry, the car was not so easy to drive, because we had a setup which was quite good for the wet, but still, I mean, we managed not to make too many mistakes. When I saw the Mercedes coming, as Sergio said, was not fighting with us. Honestly, the BOP is maybe a little bit too much in their direction, but it's not a big problem, and we were okay with the second place. Then we were quite lucky on they had a problem, and we could win. So I think the team, as usual, did an amazing job. We were super fast for the whole free practice, the test day, and even if we couldn't, especially Sergio, show how much we work on the dry condition. He did an amazing job on the rain condition, and was also fun to race like this.